Good day and welcome. My name is Seth Grey, and in this video today we are going to continue the series of 4 videos which are all about the secrets to the structure of hypnosis and conversational hypnosis. And today we're going to be talking about number 2, which is descriptive language. Descriptive language is the language of the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind does not know the difference between wrong or right, good and bad. It only follows specific instructions. And descriptive language is a form of specific language. It communicates clearly and precisely. It builds an image in the person's mind of exactly what is going on. There is no vagueness within descriptive language, because by definition, you are describing what is. It is a solid communication. For instance, as you are looking at this video and you're listening to me speaking, you might begin to have certain thoughts. But as you look all around me, you might see trees, you might see greenery, you might hear some birds chirping in the background. If you were here with me, you'd feel there's a cool breeze in the air. There's light coming through the trees. If I look ahead, I see red flowers, orange flowers, yellow flowers, purple flowers. My garden is covered with these beautiful. And if you looked at them in detail, they are so detailed. They look like little tree spirits. I don't know if you can see. But my point that I'm making is that descriptive language is the art of describing the world, describing what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're tasting, and what you're smelling. It is a sensory-based language where we are describing in the 5 senses. Our first level of language, when we come into this world, to start perceiving the world, is through our 5 senses. So if I had to ask you, what was the words before words? So words before words is a form of descriptive language. It is non-evaluative language. Therefore, it communicates directly and precisely. So start to speak more descriptively. You will evoke people's creative mind, and you will get them very interested in the conversations that you bring up. An exercise to start with is just to completely stop, become completely focused in your senses. So right now, notice, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling as we're talking about these concepts? Maybe you can smell something, maybe there's food cooking, or you can smell the scent of flowers or perfume that you're wearing. And then we've got taste. And maybe you can remember what your dinner tasted, or what your breakfast tasted like, or what you're going to eat tonight. I'm sure you can even imagine the flavors of what it is that you're going to eat. When we start to describe in the 5 senses, the brain doesn't know the difference between something that's real and something that's imagined. When we can become masters of description, we can describe concepts to people so well that they will actually begin to experience them. The body will start to act as if it's really happening. And this is the key. I mean, surely there's been a time in your life, I know there has. I know there's been a time in your life where you've been watching someone eat something, or someone's describing, the taste of a food. And they describe it so accurately that you start to salivate, because now you want to eat it as well. It's like now you've become, your glands, your appetite has actually become evoked because of this person has described a certain food that they ate, or a certain taste of something. So descriptive language speaks directly to the autonomic nervous system. It speaks directly to the unconscious, which is running the show, which is running your show. For instance, if you want to go do something fun, maybe on a Sunday you want to go for a hike, and then you describe it to your friends. You tell them, it's going to be so amazing. We're going to be in nature. There's going to be a beautiful sunny day, getting sun on our skin. There's going to be fresh air. We can go swim in the lake. You can describe the events to them so clearly that they're like, okay, I'm coming. That sounds really good. I'm coming. I'm coming with you. So descriptive language is actually a form of persuasive language. And you're just describing to the point where the person's own emotions get activated. And then they feel compelled to do that activity because they can feel it, they can hear it, they can smell it, they can taste it, and it's going to be really good. Descriptive language is how we build metaphors, it's how we build analogies, it's how we build symbols. And these are the very things that communicate to the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind. And hypnosis and conversational hypnosis is all about understanding how to talk to the unconscious mind and what is its languaging system. Well, descriptive language is one of those languages. So learning how to speak in the hear, see, and feel language is very important. What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? You're engaging the visual aspect, the audio aspect, and then the kinesthetic aspect. Kinesthetics are feelings. Whether something feels warm, it feels cold, whether you can feel a rush of energy all throughout your body, or waves of pulsation, or just it's like these good feelings that just go swimming through the body, like a flood, like a wave of energy that just goes over the body. Now that is descriptive kinesthetic language. If I go into visual language, was it green? Was it blue? Was it red? When you were looking at that sunset, what colors did you see in it? Did you see these golden yellows, that turn into oranges and streaks of magenta? Or these white, fluffy and puffy clouds, shimmering just in the back of the sun, with the sun reflecting its light through the clouds, creating this whole array of colors. Sunsets are extremely beautiful. So when we're describing something to someone, let's go into more detail. It can put them into a trance-like state, especially now if you had to just stop and just notice, what are you hearing? Maybe it's the sound of my voice. Maybe it's the birds in the background. Maybe there's certain sounds happening around you, wherever you are. What are you seeing when you look around? What colors, what shapes, sizes? What are you feeling right now? And because a person can stop and become aware of all these things, brings you into the present moment. Everything around can disappear, and you can become so focused on what you're hearing, what you're feeling, and what are you seeing all around you. So that is descriptive language. Become more descriptive. Describe metaphors. Describe audio, visual, kinesthetics. Learn how to speak in these descriptive ways. And you will become more hypnotic. And you will understand the structure of hypnosis and conversational hypnosis.